So this is my second video that I'm posting to YouTube as a video journal, and I think I have to confess that I'm a little bit of a shy person, so I don't always do video journals. I was even not even sure if I was going to do the first one, but I did, and here's the second one, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to do it sooner. Um, so I'm gonna try to work on that, do more video journals more um, as often as I can. And yeah, uh, sometimes it's a good thing to copy what works, I think. And but as I'm a little bit shy as a person, don't copy that because I don't know if that'll serve you well. Hasn't served me, so being a little bit more outgoing, and part of doing this video journal is to get myself to be more outgoing and to get out of my shell and to talk, learn to talk, say things um, to other people and connect. And you know um, I think that if if I have an invention or something and it works for me really well, and you like that and that works for you, then that's cool. But just know that I'm kind of maybe mentally ill a little bit, and so my advice can be good, but take it with a grain of salt, because you know I even where did I put it? I did a picture of something. One of the things about being mentally ill is, for me, is believing things that aren't true and getting a perspective of things that isn't real. And so, um, what I thought was the case really wasn't the case. Like maybe later on, it turns out, oh, that's probably not the case. I still kind of get a feeling maybe it is, kind of, sort of, but um, the doctors and therapists and things like that tell me no, it's not the case. For a more specific example, I used to think that um, I was being zapped by CIA or some sort of government agency. I could feel physical sensations, and like I was being, um, controlled or punished or something, and it was really awful experience. And so I reacted a certain way, and I started to believe these things, and I got real upset at you know people that probably didn't have anything to do with it. um, Someone, they were talking about something called a ray gun on the internet. Somebody at school had told me about, and it's on YouTube. And it's this thing called the ray gun that the military developed. It's on 60 Minutes, and they're able to zap you with it. So I started thinking, because of these physical sensations that I was feeling, that maybe I was being zapped by this ray gun thing. And so coincidentally, my dad's name was Ray, and I thought that he had something to do with it, so I got upset with him. But I think maybe he had nothing to do with it, and that was just crazy thinking, and it probably wasn't true. And so this is something that I guess I can share with you, is artwork that I did. It's pretty simple artwork. It's not um, going to make you drop your jaw or anything, but here it is. I don't know if you can read that, but what it says is, if it was a lie, then I didn't know the truth. And it's just artwork. I drew that after playing this video game called Detroit Become Human. And it's a pretty cool video game. It's interesting, it's very realistic. And I was playing with a PlayStation controller, and my computer thought it was an Xbox controller, so there were like letters like A and B and X and Y, and those are not on the PlayStation controller. And so I found myself to be sort of dyslexic while I was playing the game. And when it asked me to push A, I would push B or something. And then I'd go, no, I didn't want to do that. And then, well, anyway, that's how the game progressed sometimes. Uh, but as far as the artwork, um, the I was real upset at my dad for this ray gun, and I was upset at George W. Bush because I thought he had something to do with it, and I thought that when I saw a real license plate that said ray gun on it, I thought that it had something to do with something I told my therapist recently, and it ended up on somebody's license plate, and that was a little bit unsettling for me because, things said in therapy are supposed to be kind of private and stuff. So this isn't therapy, this is YouTube, so everything that I'm saying is public. Um, at one point, I was saying stuff on Twitter, which I thought was private, and it turned out, even though I didn't have followers, people found out about what I said, and then I got in trouble for it. So I won't go into detail about that right now. But let's just say that if you say stuff on Twitter and it's public, then even if you don't have any followers, then people will read it eventually, even if you think that people won't. And so, anyway, I am trying to overcome my shyness and trying to not be such a George McFly from Back to the Future, so to speak. But I mean, I relate to him. I I kind of think his character is okay, but not good for him, in that he's got severe social difficulties, and I guess that like he maybe like me is I don't know why, but like I just get scared in social situations. It's something to do with a commitment or something, or work, um, fear of work, maybe, just being lazy overall. um, and yeah, I do want to be friends with people. I do want to get to know people. I do want to have a girlfriend. I do want all these things that, other people have achieved, and I'm kind of old, and I shouldn't be in the situation where I am, living with my mom, and um, I should have. I work for Uber Eats, and that's kind of a job, and otherwise, it's that, and I get paid Social Security, and so that's how I make money. Um, I was thinking about writing a story, or like writing a book for Amazon, but it's hard, so hard to keep focus and structure everything and, do it intelligently. Um, Story writing, if I were to do it for school project, then I would just dive in and I would make something, even if it was terrible. I have written for something for Amazon KDP, excuse me, and it was so bad that when I searched for it in the search engine, it didn't even come up in the search engine. So on Amazon.com. So uh, if I do write something, I think it's got to be of a good enough quality, long enough story that it shows up in the search engine, and so I did write a story about monster, uh, demon monster, while I was in at university, UC Riverside, and it's a screenplay, and so maybe I'll get back to that. I don't know, with the new He-Man movie coming out. It reminds me of that screenplay that I wrote. And interestingly enough, my name is Alan, and Adam gets mistaken for Adam. I mean Alan. I mean, what am I saying? Uh, Adam gets mistaken for Alan. Someone calls him Alan. He says, "No, it's not Alan. It's Adam." And so that just made me think, oh, maybe there's a connection there. And I seek connection. I seek connection with other people and the world around me. And, you know, um, when I see things like the amount of money that I made doing Uber Eats being the exact amount that I spent on some stuff that I bought, um, I find that coincidental. I think that's interesting. Even the change was the same amount. So when numbers are exactly the same, it's kind of like, to me, as though there's some sort of deeper meaning behind it. Maybe there is, maybe there's connection. I can kind of see it both ways. Either way, I guess I can live with it. Say, okay, well, you know, that happened. It could be just coincidence. Maybe it's fate, though. Maybe my life, just whatever happens because however the author of my life wrote my story, I'm just acting it out, you know, I'm just living it out. And so, you know, that sort of thing is not really preventable. um, it's just how I interpret it, I guess, that really matters. And so when things like that happen, I kind of go, okay, well, maybe there's deeper meaning, maybe there's coincidence, um, you know, um, but carry on, move on, the next thing. And that's another thing that I have trouble with when I'm at home, just finding things to do, and so this is something to do, is to make a video like this and just reach out to the world and see who, if anyone, responds. And try not to make it too short, try not to make it too long, and tell a little bit about myself and my experience and my situation, my beliefs, anything that I'm interested in, and hope that it interests you, my audience, too. And so, I mean, it's been almost 15 minutes, so I don't want to keep you too long. I mean, there are other things that I'm kind of thinking about talking about Um, Roth IRA, that's like the most important thing. If I could have, when I was 18, if I knew about Roth IRAs in the USA, I if I knew that and the importance of money to keep a roof over my head and to have food and the basic necessities and to be able to buy things with money, it's so important. It's it seems to me like it might be less important if I was mega rich. If I had millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars, it'd still be important, but it wouldn't be as much of a priority, I guess. And so that's why I mentioned Roth IRA. If I was 18 again, I would open a Roth IRA and I would put in as much money as I could every year to be rich when I turn 60 and I could get the money out tax free. Actually, it's 59 and a half, but I'd probably keep it in longer just to get more money by leaving it in longer. Roth IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account, and you put money into it, and you choose what index funds, stocks, whatever that you want to buy, and then over time it grows because the stock market grows, and you end up gaining money. Um, I'm from the United States, so whatever you have in your country, if you have something like that, the equivalent of a Roth IRA, that's my advice to you is to try to save up as much as you can in that. Um, the other thing about a Roth IRA in the USA is you have to be working to put money into it. So it's got to be earned income. It can't be like Social Security funds. You can't do that, otherwise they tax you. Um, but some other countries they don't require that. Uh, but anyway, it's just something to mention is that if I got a chance to do it over again, I would um, definitely invest in that. Um, and then art, there's a difference between art and hen scratch, and art is something that I mean it's you can tell art versus hen scratch. Um, Hen scratch may be something that someone makes when emotional. I think when I do hen scratch, but when I do something more artistic, it actually has meaning, I think, and may even uh, connect to some people on some level. So I like Disney movies. I think they make good works of art. And when I try to draw Donald Duck, I don't always succeed, or Daffy Duck, I don't always succeed. Uh, Warner Brothers cartoons are also artwork. Um, and movies in general are usually pretty artistic. Music is art. There's visual art, audio art. Um, there's probably even art in different types of the other senses. There's sight and sound, and there's taste, touch, smell. There's culinary arts. That's taste. That's taste, touch, and smell. And there's masseuses that can art in an artistic kind of it's probably kind of an art and kind of a science to to massage someone and heal them where their muscles are aching. Um, and then even technology, I like to think of that as artistic too, because it's made by human, and it's we think of it as technology. We call it technology. We don't call it art so much. Uh, we give it a different kind of classification. But I mean, I see art in technology. Sometimes I see technology in art. I mean, if the thing has a function, then it's probably counts as a technology um, too. Uh, but yeah, I mean, something that's well made, I think of as art, and if it's really poorly made, not much went into it except maybe raw emotion or something. Sometimes even raw emotion is art, but I mean, if it's the unskilled sort of expression, it may count as art, but it's not as much art as what I consider hand scratch. So um, perhaps I put too much pressure on myself to do a good job uh, connecting with people through my art. But I do have this. Hopefully, it doesn't look too much like hand scratch. It's not perfect, but I consider it kind of amateur art. Um, Definitely by no means a masterpiece, but I got the idea while playing Detroit Become Human, where this character Marcus and who's an android, and his owner, who's kind of like his father actually, has him do artwork, and that made me want to do artwork, and so so I did, and that's what I came up with. I was thinking of sharing it on another platform on on the internet. Not sure if I will though, since I shared it here. But anyway, that is uh, that is something that's not that I did that I'm sort of proud of because it's not complete hand scratch. And trying not to be shy, trying to do videos like this, trying to talk to people, and hopefully you like this video. Um, Hopefully uh, your day is going good. Um, I'm inspired by, other people who have made videos like this, and um, I listen to them. I think they listen to me, and thanks for watching. It's been 23 minutes, and I guess I'll end it here with have a great day, peace out, and you are stronger than you think.